Hi folks, this is a really quick video and it's mainly kind of for one person in group. I thought I'd put together a video for Lamar Freed, the folks over at Adafruit who are doing some, and Chris Young as well, who are doing, who are doing some infrared work right now. And I thought I'd share something I thought was really interesting. Oh, I'm gonna have to throw this thing. It won't shut up. Sorry. I was watching one of Lamore's videos, and she was talking about how well infrared bounces, especially if it's well powered. And it reminded me that I never really showed you guys how this thing works. Now, this is the BB8 the BB8 droid from the Star Wars video. I may have to pull his batteries in a second. But what's interesting is that there's motors inside. I'll show you how it works. But I had assumed that on the top here, one of these was the infrared receiver, especially maybe this black dome here. Kind of looks like it might be an infrared receiver, but it really kind of can't be. It's not connected. There's no electrical connection here between the top and the body, right? So it just kind of slides around on the top like that. So I'm gonna turn off my camera for a second. So I thought I'd show you guys how this works, but it's interesting. You'll see that if I hit the button, it'll turn. I'll go forward and back and stuff like that. But you can't really find where the infrared sensors are. And because the motor inside is moving this outer shell, you would think that it wouldn't be able to find the sensor when you hit the button. So I'd like to crack this thing open and kind of show you guys what it looks like on the inside. Alright, let me see if I can get a good picture here. So to open it, you just twist it open like this. Yeah. All right, so yeah, I need to pull the batteries on this thing. I think if I turn it upside down and back, I think it shuts itself off, hopefully. So the way this thing actually works is that if you look, there are infrared receivers. Let me see if I can get a good picture of it here. Right here, and then there's another one on the other side here. Okay, so this is your infrared receiver, and that doesn't seem like it would be enough to work, except if you look at the actual dome, right? If you zoom out and look at the inside of the dome, you'll see that first, the inside is white and very reflective, and secondly, it's got these light pipes. It's got these little holes that are drilled and that are intended to allow infrared light to go into this space where it is then seen by the infrared sensor. And I just think that's awesome, right? I think that's a really, really good design, because even though this motorized piece is going to be spinning and therefore, and it's weighted, right? This is a very heavy thing. The batteries in it weight it down, and that'll give it enough friction to spin. It's a really interesting way to get the infrared in, is that they literally just let it bounce around. If you look, it's all white. The pipes themselves, from the outside you hardly see them. They just look like dots in the design, but they are strategically placed at angles so that no matter where you are, infrared is going to make it into the body. And I thought you were talking about how well infrared shows up on these things, and this guy, hold on, let me see, this guy, yeah, you can see him pretty well. I thought maybe I may be able to get, all right, hold on, I thought I might be able to get, if I turn my lights off here, I thought I might be able to see whether the light actually made it out of this dome. So we'll see if it does. I haven't tried this yet, so who knows. All right, so there you can see the dot, right? And then does it make it out of here? Let me see. Yeah, I mean, you can see it there reflect, but I have a feeling that I would have to get things a lot darker for you to see it well. So let me see. I can turn that off, and then I can crank this way up. All right, let's see. Well, there you can see that even though it's on the other side of this, you can still see there you go, you can see the infrared light making it through and bouncing into the space. So I thought this was neat. I thought it was a good example of what Limor was talking about earlier. Let me see if I can turn my lights back on. Oh, geez. Sorry, hold on. Sorry about that. Anyways, I thought that was an interesting demonstration there, and I thought it was really interesting that you were talking about this earlier today when I had, yes, it doesn't like that. There we go. So this is what the body of this thing looks like once again, and it's only got the 2 sensors, which I think is a really interesting design. I don't think these do anything. I think they are just friction. It is just these 2 that do all the work. So I hope you find this even marginally interesting. And if you have any questions, let me know.